You've probably been told your whole life that women need to feel close, feel safe, or they will never want to sleep with you. Sounds nice, right? The problem is, it's just not true. That lie is one of the biggest reasons men struggle with women. If you've believed it, you've already been set up to fail. Hi, my name is Paul Bauer, and if you are new to my channel, I help men level up and get better with women. And the funny thing about doing that is it tends to make us better men in all areas of our lives. One of the biggest lies that men have ever been told is that women need emotional connection before sex. It's just not necessarily true. One of the books that I used to read a lot, and I still like to read at least once a year, is called Dating Essentials for Men by Dr. Robert Glover. And one of the things that he said was pretty profound and really struck a chord with me when I first read it. And what he said was, women don't fuck a man they get to know. They get to know a man they want to fuck. So what does that mean? It means that they already have sexual attraction for the guy that they want to get to know. And if they don't have that sexual attraction, they're not going to want to get to know that guy. They're not going to want to get to a place where they have an emotional connection. Attraction starts first, okay? And you got to understand that attraction's not logical. Attraction's not a choice. There was a guy back from the early 2000s. He was a sort of a dating coach, a pickup artist, and his name was David D'Angelo. Not his real name, but that's what he went by. And he said attraction is not a choice, okay? So women are attracted to you, and they might not even know why they're attracted to you. And there's different things that make women attracted to you. But telling them your feelings and your deepest desires and things about your childhood, that's not something that makes them attracted, okay? They're already attracted if they want to hear that information. And women decide within seconds if they feel that spark or not. One of the things that I learned from the book, How to Be a 3% Man by Corey Wayne, is this concept of an attraction scale. Actually, I first read about it in a book by a guy named Doc Love. He actually came up with the attraction scale, and Corey modified it. So Doc Love put the attraction scale on a scale of 0 to 100, and Corey simplified it on a scale of 1 to 10. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. And when you walk up to a girl, if she has an attraction level of about a 5 or a 6, which means that she likes what she sees, and she might be willing to hear you out. That's where most women are when you first approach them, when you first come in contact with them. And then your interaction after that boosts her attraction, but she's already somewhat attracted to you, okay? A woman who's not attracted to you and her attraction scale is, her attraction level is below a 5, so like a 1 through a 4, she's not even going to give you the time of day. You're just wasting your time. Okay? There's no building an emotional connection with a chick like that. She's going to shut you down quick. Another thing that guys think is that if they emotionally overshare, that they're going to build this connection, because what do women say? They're like, oh, I need to feel this emotional connection, or I just didn't feel that connection with the guy. Right? So what do guys do? They believe that at face value, and they start emotionally oversharing. Well, what happens is women take guys that do that and they go, oh, well, he's a friend. He's treating me like a friend. He's opening up to me and being emotionally vulnerable like a friend would. I should put him in the friend zone. And that's how most guys put themselves in the friend zone. They don't lead with sexually attractive behavior. They lead with friendship. And when you try to make a girl your friend and you believe the nonsense that she wants to start as friends first, that's how women weed guys out, and they end up putting guys in the friend zone. Okay, you don't want to be there. Another thing that guys just don't quite understand is that attraction is built through tension, not comfort. So that whole emotional connection thing, that's all about building rapport and comfort, but that's not where the raw, visceral sexual attraction comes from. That kind of stuff comes from mystery, from a woman wanting to figure you out and you not giving enough away. Okay, most of you guys are running your mouths and telling a girl your whole life story, and she gets bored very quickly. It's kind of like giving a woman the ending of a movie and spoiling the end of a movie that she really wants to see before she has a chance to see it. Well, now she doesn't even want to see it. Now she's already turned off. Now she's like, I don't need to see that movie now. I already know what the ending is, okay? So you don't want to do that to women. You want to say less. You want her to dig stuff out of you. A lot of guys are leading with how much money they make and what things they do for a job and all this kind of stuff. Don't say any of that stuff. Make her do 80% of the talking. You only do about 20% of the talking. And when she does ask you questions, give her short, vague replies and then immediately turn the conversation back on her, because the less you say about yourself, the more she has to figure out. And the more she has to figure out, the more invested she gets. Another thing that builds this sexual tension is something that I learned from Dr. Robert Glover that he calls the 3 T's. Tease, touch, and tell. And what these tend to do with women is it builds healthy emotional anticipation and tension. What I like to refer to as HEAT. That acronym is HEAT. Healthy emotional anticipation and tension. And that comes from mystery. It comes from playful teasing and banter. It comes from telling her what to do because that shows dominance. Okay. And touching. That touching is keno-escalation, that breaking that touch barrier, that builds attraction. It gives her the vajingles when you do that, especially when you touch her in innocent places too. I'm not talking about like her breasts or her pussy or something like that. I'm talking about like on her upper elbow or touching the small of her back or something like that. Or just, maybe brushing her hair up over her ear, right? That sort of thing, breaking that touch barrier actually gives her the vajingles. And it creates a healthy emotional anticipation and tension with this girl. And so all of this comes down to how you make her feel in the moment. In the moment, okay? Everything with women is right now, in the moment. And everything about this attraction is how you make her feel right now in the moment. It's not necessarily what you say. A lot of guys, they think that they can persuade her into attraction and being attracted to him. That's not how it works. Okay. She's hearing the whole package. She's seeing your body language. She's hearing your tone. She's watching your facial expressions, all that stuff. It's all about what you're doing. This whole package is making her feel in the moment. It's got nothing to do with what you say. It certainly has nothing to do with connection. One thing that absolutely kills attraction in the moment is verbally asking for consent with stuff. So let's say that you're on a first date with a girl and you're thinking, man, I kind of like this girl. I think I might want to go for a kiss, but we got to ask for consent. And you go, may I kiss you? It's beta weak behavior. Okay. Women like confident, bold guys that go for what they want. And when you have to ask a girl, may I kiss you? It comes across as weak and unattractive, and that's going to actually turn her off. That's actually going to make her feel disgusted because women respond to strength. They respond to boldness. They respond to confidence, okay? They don't respond to weak behavior. And if you have to ask for permission, you're being weak. Another thing that guys don't quite understand is the concept of tests, right? We call them shit tests or fitness tests. Well, the thing is that women don't test guys that they're not into, okay? Women are very indifferent with guys that they're not into, but guys think that if a woman's testing them, that she's somehow showing disrespect. You're looking at it all wrong, brother. They are only testing you if they like you a little bit and they want to make sure that this facade that you're putting on is the real thing. So women will test you. It's wired into their biology, and all women test men either consciously or subconsciously. You can't avoid it. Okay, so you got to learn how to handle it. And the two best ways of handling shit tests are agree and amplify and act indifferent. And once you can get those things down, you're golden, bro. You're golden. And in fact, once you get those down, you're going to actually have fun with the testing. Now, another big problem that guys have is they confuse the idea of comfort with desire. Okay. And this is what gets guys in dead bedroom situations, or gets guys put in the friend zone in their own relationship 9 times out of 10. I deal with this all the time, coaching guys in dead bedroom situations. Okay. But guys go too hard on the comfort side because women will say, I need an emotional connection, right? Well, that's just one big shit test to get you to be more beta. Okay, so then you're like, okay, well, I'm gonna try to give her more comfort. I'm gonna do nice things for her. I'm gonna open up emotionally. I'm going to do the dishes more. I'm gonna help her out, give her some more support. All that kind of stuff further drives the nail in the attraction coffin. That's not what she actually needs. Like, there's things that women say they want, there's things that women think they want, and then there's things that women actually respond to. What you're doing when you're giving her all this comfort is you're releasing oxytocin in her body. And that oxytocin gives her this comfort, sort of love feeling, right? But it doesn't make her pussy wet. It doesn't. It's kind of like her dad makes her feel that oxytocin feeling, right? Like her dad makes her feel comfortable. It's like she looks at you like you're a family member. Okay. But she doesn't typically want to bang her other family members. Okay. So that's not going to help you out, right? That's going to create a more of a bond for the long term, right? Because you have to sprinkle a little beta on it if you want a long-term relationship, okay? But that's not going to make her want to bang you. What makes her want to bang you is dopamine. And that dopamine is what really creates that desire. And that is what really boosts that physical attraction. Okay. And if you don't do that, you're going to end up in a dead bedroom eventually, or she's going to end up cheating on you, or she's going to divorce you, or whatever happens. Okay. But whatever's going to happen, if you don't become her dopamine dealer, okay, you got to be her dopamine drug dealer. If you're not doing that, you're going to eventually kill attraction in the long term. She's going to get bored with you and you're going to end up getting replaced. On X yesterday, I was talking about this because there was a video that a woman did about sexual rejection in a marriage, and it was coming from a Christian perspective. And this lady was talking about having a deep connection with her husband and she just doesn't feel connected. Okay. And so then I quote tweeted that and I was like, this is nonsense. This is absolute nonsense. It's not a connection issue. It's an attraction issue. And this energy woo-woo relationship lady was sort of arguing with me, and she's talking about how no, she's just not explaining it right. What she really needs is you to be able to open up so that she feels whatever woo-woo nonsense she was talking about. And I was like, that only applies if she's already sexually attracted. Okay, if she's not sexually attracted, all this open up woo-woo nonsense, she's going to completely disregard. It's not going to do anything. It's the same reason why talking it out doesn't fix a dead bedroom situation. It's why going to marriage counseling and talking it out with the therapist doesn't fix a dead bedroom situation. Okay, if she's not physically, sexually attracted to you, all the stuff that you're doing is just going to come across as bribes for sex. It's not going to blow her skirt up anymore. It's not going to make her want to have sex with you. You can't logic your way into her panties. All right. It's just never going to work. And I don't care how much woo-woo nonsense. I'm a woo-woo guy. Okay. I don't care how much woo-woo nonsense this lady's spilling. If she's not already sexually attractive, none of that's going to work. Okay. This is why blue pill advice doesn't work, because blue pill advice typically follows the concept of what women say they want in a relationship, but what women say they want is already based on a guy in their mind that they're sexually attracted to. Okay? If they're not sexually attracted to you already, then all that blue pill advice comes crashing down. It just doesn't work. Okay? It all starts with sexual attraction. So guys, I would like to end this by saying stop believing the lies that women tell you and all the blue pill advice out there, okay? Start paying attention to what women actually respond to. Stop listening to what women say. Just pay attention on what they respond to, because actions, they never lie, and they tell you everything you need to know about women. If you like this video, smash that like button, hit subscribe, and drop a comment about something that you used to believe about women that you now know is a total lie. But that's all I have. My name is Paul Bauer, and I hope to see you in the next video.